Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right. I have a little bit of a mess. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Now, this shape. I'm going to put it in the wood. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. All this stuff is on the floor. I have piles and piles of junk on the floor. Let's see, because I need this shape to put on the back. And I think part of the paper I used looked like that. So I think I'm just going to use this. All right. If you can hear banging, the dog just banged into the door. Now it needs to be, I never say who I am or whatever. But I'm working, I like this. I really do. And I'm working on my travel journal for our England trip. Okay, so it does need to be just facing that direction. Okay. And I'm not going to like complete a page and then wait till tomorrow to start another page. All pages might be like halfway done till tomorrow, and I'll finish that half and do a half of another page. Just because I think, and that could change. I just don't have my flow together yet. I need to get in the groove of this thing, and I'm not in the groove yet. It takes me a couple days to get in the groove, even though I've already done a ton of, pre-stuff by putting it in my Hobonichi, but I'm still not in the right groove because they are two different animals. A travel journal and just putting stuff in your Hobonichi. In my world. Might be different in your world, which is completely fine because you can do what you want in your Hobonichi. They're already talking about pre-orders for Hobonichi. They're already massively into December Daily. Oh, it's just like, really? Okay, so this needs to be this way. That way. Okay. I think I'm going to use a pencil. See if I can do that. Will it show up? Yeah. I took a bunch of medicine yesterday and slept most of the day. And I slept most of the night. Hoping to kickstart my system back into... My husband's assistant was here. Her kids were supposed to go to the Vienna Taylor Swift concert, and their dad took them a week or so early to his wife and their dad to Prague and Vienna, and I think they did a couple days in Paris, but she was just here. She's like, oh my gosh. They canceled because apparently they were going to the first one, and they canceled it just hours before they were supposed to go. And we were just talking about, you can't even, it's not safe to go to any place with a large crowd anymore. So sad. And I know we shouldn't let that stop us from doing stuff. I have those kind of feelings too, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm not going to our mall. We've already had a shooting at our mall, albeit a small one, but I don't really know if there's such thing as a small shooting. You know what I mean? Okay, I got some pencil marks on here. It's just too much. Okay. So now this can go right here. And it's kind of like my map shape, but I love the fact, it's a little bit different, but I love the fact that this is red crowns and blue crowns. So, oh dear, make sure I get this right. Let's do the same thing on each side. I now have like my opener page, a page set up with It's not exactly perfect, is it? It's a little bigger. That's weird. I'm gonna just go with it. So we have the table of contents. Y'all like that washi tape. Thank you. Now, here, I want to do a little, I think I'm going to have a resting page here. I got to come up with something for a resting page. But then I want to, where's my big ruler? I want to, I printed the Missouri Star logo down here. And I want to just put it here. And just, again, I picked out some of my favorite achievable for me things in some of Allie Edwards' past projects, some of her design team past projects. I just wanted to not have to rethink the wheel, basically. And one of the things she did on one of her December dailies, not last year, maybe last year, I don't remember. I need to take this off a little bit farther. Because for whatever reason, my husband's printer always puts google.com on everything. Okay. So, one of her December dailies, she had a table of contents that she completed at the end of every session, at the end of every spread or story, as she likes to say. Okay, I should have maybe cut this. Ugh. It'll be all right. But anyhow, but her lines were purposely kind of uneven. And that's what I'm going to do too. And I kind of wrote out a little blurb of what I wanted to say somewhere. Just a little background on Missouri Star and how it all started and the uniqueness of it all. Where's my book? Oh, here it is. Okay. So, get out your Harrods book, as one does. And I'm going to maybe just take this page out so I don't mess it up. I'm doing this unhinged in more ways than one, but unhinged so that it's easier to work with towards the back side of it. All right. A good color in their logo is this really light blue turquoise. And let's see if that's the right color. Yes. Okay. So all I'm going to do is jot down a few like bullet points. I'm a bullet point person for sure. So revitalize. I don't even know if that's spelled right, but we're going to go with it. A small town. Provide employment for a large bit of the population in this small town. Employment opportunity. And the closest towns are like 20 minutes on either side of them. And then like 40 minutes to the west is Kansas City. There's about 10-ish shops, because each theme of fabric is divided up into a little store, like flowers. Like my favorite store is flowers, because it has a lot of the K Facet stuff in it. And it's just really kind of cool. It's a lovely concept. So far my lines, how is it that when I want to write a straight line I can't, but when I want to write a crooked line I can't? Flowers is my favorite shop. History, JCPenney was born in this town. And they have highlighted that a lot, which is cool. One of the stores is called JCPenney's, which is like where they have a lot of solids. History of JCPenney. Helped others to start businesses. There's little restaurants. There's a nail salon. There's a Dollar General, which they don't need any help. But lots of other little stores have popped up. Helped others to. So at the very least, this concept brought in more people and more opportunities for people. A lot of women were cooking in the beginning because they cook all our meals. It also helped that they were in the right place at the right time. But they had a forward-thinking son who said, Mom, you ought to teach people how to make quilts on YouTube. And it was right at the beginning of YouTube. But you have to have the forethought and be willing to take a chance to do something like that. And she definitely has a personality that is very exuberant. And that doesn't hurt either. And I have a little tiny space, so I'm just going to write awesome. Now, my lines are straight. They were supposed to be like downhillish, and they aren't. But I'm okay. I'm okay. Tomorrow when I try to do a straight line, it won't work. Now, all right, that starts, well, that ends this. And I'm going to have some kind of resting spot here. So now I want to come and do these sides, which I want to. Now, because of the way I'm doing this, when I pulled it all apart, I'm going to cut everything that goes across the spreads. I'm just going to do it. This isn't my first rodeo, but sometimes I feel like it is. All right, I printed out my ticket stuff again. And okay, it's right here. I like a torn edge. And this morning when we walked, I actually had on a sweatshirt. Now, we walked earlier than usual. We walked around 7. And we were walking at 7 before we went on our trip because it was so humid. But since we've been back, we've been walking around 7:30, quarter to 8. But this morning we walked like quarter to 7. And we saw the school bus come down our street. I'm like, why are they picking up kids at quarter to 7 in the morning? Good grief. I guess they have a long bus ride. Because there's a lot of subdivisions. They might be coming back here first and then working their way forward. Now, because of me just being me, I am going to flip this like this so it gives a little bit of contrast. It should be right here because these luggage things went there, but I like this look better. So this is the flight, obviously. And where's the paper I printed yesterday? Now I need to make sure I get everything to the left or to the center so that when I staple this all back together or however I do it, it doesn't have a gap going on. Where's the piece of paper I had yesterday? Lordy. Because I had some stuff that I typed. Where did I put it? Perhaps I need to spend some time cleaning up my mess. Perhaps. All right, there's all the 12 by 12 stuff that I got. Here's my chart. Every day I'm losing something. Hold, please. Okay, I took a minute to tidy things up. All right, I found it. What I was looking for too. So, what I was looking for are these little things. Now, I have my travel ticket, even though we didn't fly into London the first. On the way, we flew into Birmingham and then drove to London and flew out of London. I'm still going to use this. So I think I want to put this here, what I had in my head, and then a few little things here. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Where's that clip? Here it is. Try to clip these together so that I keep my seam in the right place. Now, I just jotted down the airport codes, CAE to ATL to JFK to DUB to Birmingham, BHX. And I want to kind of have that here. And then I'm going to, because not one of these airports carries a Starbucks, the bottles anymore, like I drink. If they have a Starbucks store, that's fine. But they don't sell those little bottles in the stores as a general rule. In the beginning of Starbucks, I used to see them, but I don't anymore. Had them for years. Their Dunkin' Donuts stuff is everywhere. So I'm like, what happened to your contract in all the airports with Starbucks? And I think Coca-Cola or somebody distributes them. So it's like, hello. All right, and then I put Birmingham music scene or Birmingham music because there was such a, in the 60s, late 60s, 70s. Now, Liverpool's just up the road. So there's quite a bit going on here musically. Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne, of course. Parts of Led Zeppelin, the Moody Blues are all from Birmingham. Huge music scene. And they're very proud of it, rightly so. But I want to put that there. But I don't like that. And I thought I might do like windows, but that seems heavily ambitious at this point. Okay, okay, Amy Tangerine paper. I said I wanted to remember to use these things. Let's see what I can find in hers first. This is paper I bought off of Amazon that she did. And I love it. I think she did this on her own, not with Avery. But now, that green is kind of good with that green, but not really. I just want some borders. I don't dislike that. And I have green and kind of like a really dark purple in my type font. Ooh, I like that. Let's just go with it. Hooray. Hooray, hooray. Now, I'm just going to glue these on here and then cut them out. And have a little bit of green borders going down the page here. Glue stick. Here you are. And this will conclude the travel day of the trip. Going over. My husband's assistant lady, she said that, or her son said, oh, I'm never flying that way again, because they flew back from Vienna straight into Charlotte. In a way, I don't know if it's easier to break it up or just long haul it and get it over with. Because coming into JFK, even though I'm glad we did it that way at the end, I was really not thrilled with my husband's decision to do that in the beginning. Because we flew from Heathrow to Dublin to JFK, and then we could not get a flight back in time before JFK closes and Columbia closes. So we had to spend the night. But that just made that trip. It was 2 days flying. It's like, let's just get home. But the airport hotel we stayed at was in Jamaica, Queens. And it was actually, at first I thought, oh Lord, I don't want to stay around here. But actually it was quite a little, cute little neighborhood. I don't know how much plane traffic they hear all day, every day. Well, it doesn't fly at night there. Now, last year, when we came back from Vietnam, we went through that airport too. And we just had we got in much later. We were probably the last flight to get in. And we got out an earlier flight. So we had 5 hours. So we did not get a hotel. A couple people did. But we just hung out in the international section, which is completely dead at the end of the day. And so much so that we had policemen practicing stuff with the police dogs towards 7 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Travel, check. All right. Now, here comes the nitty gritty. Again, I gotta make sure I get this right. Okay. Probably gonna be wrestling with this the whole time, but a little wrestling is good for the soul. That's all I gotta say. Now, I mentioned that I kind of pre-planned some of these, but I've already gone off course, so hello. Oh, okay. Here comes Quilt Fest. All right, let's do that. Now, in one of Ali Edwards' videos or somebody else's, they had kind of like the scallop border here. I'm like, that would be great for a page about Quilt Fest. I do have our tickets. And they gave us a ticket to get in and then a special ticket for the trunk show that Jenny did. Now, actually, you know what I might do? I might put these in here and then still put scallops there. I think I will. Okay. Or actually, these borders are, I can now see are like quilted, a picture of a quilt. So, I may not put scallops. And this is what I mean about veering off course. What's on that page is not written in stone. For sure. And it has the Festival of Quilts logo. My pictures are still not here. All right, I tracked them. They apparently are done at a factory outside of Raleigh. Not the one in Charlotte. And they then ship them from Raleigh to New Jersey. And then they ship them from New Jersey here. That's what I call efficiency. And they said they won't be here till Friday. I'm like, are you kidding me? 2 weeks to get pictures from North Carolina? And who prints pictures anymore? Hardly nobody. Y'all can't have a faster service than that. I used to get my pictures printed all the time, either at Walmart or sometimes I would go to like CVS, but they don't have those machines anymore. That's how they're outdated. And Walmart used to have a pretty good fast service. I don't even know if they still print pictures. All right, I'm going to trim that, but I wanted to get that down first. I have cut crooked here. Yay. All right, that's on the outside. That's on the outside. So I still have kind of like a border without having a border. They made the border. And then I don't know how I'm going to do this when I get my pictures one day. Because I think I did them. Well, it's been 9 days. 9 days. I think I turned them in on Monday night. Because I had most of them lined up. I did that on the plane because I would put 4 pictures together and then sent that picture off. Okay. Just so that I knew they would fit in these little jewels of a journal. Good grief. I have to trim the edge here. A lot of trimming. Okay. So when my pictures do get here, how did I think I was going to do it? Oh, I know how I was going to do it. No? I wanted to write down 7 things that I loved. Where was I going to put the pictures? I could make acetate pockets I think I will do that. And then put the pictures in there. That way you can still see this when I pull the pictures out. I think that's what I'm going to do. Will this fit in here? Yes, it will. Okay. Now, that's a little too wide still. But because I cut it crooked last time, I can trim it down. I don't remember how many pictures I ordered. But I can glue them back to back. So I think I only need one pocket. And then I'm going to put another pocket over here and have a tag that says what all I liked. That way you can pull everything out and you see this. Yes, that'll work. Now the only thing is I don't have clear double-sided tape, so you're going to see the edge of my tape. But if that's all that happens, that goes wrong, I'm okay with that. I don't cut myself here. Okay. So this is on hold now till I get my pictures. There. That works. The pockets are big enough. The pockets are big enough for these small size pictures that I'm getting back. So that's good. What else is going on? We saw the deer this morning. Well, we saw 5 or 4. I think it was at least 4. We saw the 2 babies. They're still around. We walked with a sweatshirt on. It was just brisk enough and hardly any humidity. Now, the rest of the day, I'm not sure. Okay. And it's, you can see it, but it's just going to have to be. You can see the tape a little. What else? I slept better, but I took a bunch of medicine yesterday and wrapped up in Vicks, and I'm like, I've got to get rid of this cold. And I do feel much better this morning. Not quite as congested, and I'm just so thankful it has not gone into my ear, because it usually does. Then I have to get an antibiotic. But I seem to have escaped that. All right, so this, well, I could make the tag that goes in here about what I like. What I liked at the festival. It was set up really nice, I thought. Had a ton of real quilts, a ton. This is the biggest quilt festival in England, perhaps Western Europe. It has a really good reputation. I've heard about it for years. What kind of paper do I want to put this on? I might just do it on some kind of Amy paper because one, they're double-sided. Two, I want to use them. Oh. Although, what about one of those Dina Wakley postcards? Because then I wouldn't have to trim very much down. And they're bright and vibrant. Let's find one with a lot of blue. Ooh, right there. Okay, that works for me. Right there. Okay. Then, look at me using stuff. All right, now I need to cut this so that it slides in okay. My very accurate measuring fingernail. And I have a scrap. Not quite. Not quite. A little bit more. Let's put this up here. Lord have mercy, save me from myself. Okay. Now I need to cut this down. Make it taggish, which I never get right. But I see people doing it this way a lot. You put the scrap over in the other corner. That way, theoretically, your angles are the same. Why, oh my, I did it. Okay. Now, don't fall. I'm going to yes, this side will have pictures. That's a very tight pocket, I have to say. I'm not sure how that's going to work. I'm going to put something here. I know what I'm going to do. I have quilt washi tape. Somewhere. I've already used it. What are the chances that I did not put it away? Apparently pretty strong. Oh, Lord. I am my own worst enemy. Really and truly. Here it is right here. Okay. Everything is a jumbled mess. What I'm going to do, not that. Is I've seen this on YouTube too. Fold that over. Put it through my hole. If it doesn't work, you didn't see it from me. Then you're going to staple it right there And you have like a little ribbon. A washi. Whoa. I do not have the Tim Holtz tiny attacher thing. But my mother's stapler from grammar school will do the same. And that way my mom's in my journal. Okay. Yes. And I think I'm going to do this in black, since there's so much going on. Black pens. Where are my pens? Keep moving stuff up here. I need to find. I don't know if this is fine enough. That's not really fine. Ah, here we go. That's fine. That's really fine. Sometimes I get lost in my own little world here, and I forget I'm supposed to be talking. Sorry. All right, this is a little too fine. I need something in between. I wonder if a regular... What's this one? That's 2 brush tip. Aha. Aha. Okay. Foodanesque to the rescue. That rhymes. Ha! Foodanesque to the rescue. That would make a great t-shirt, people. Just saying. Tombow Foodanesque. Come for me. Foodanesque. What did I just say? Foodanesque to the rescue. Okay. Sort of rhymes. Okay. 1. The wow factor of an international quilt show. How do I write that in small words? The wow factor. I'm just going to put that. The wow appeal. Okay. I don't know if it's going to show up on here. Oh, that's too... The number of quilts on display was incredible. And a few years ago, I went to, I think it was in Charleston, right before COVID, to a quilt show down there. And they had Ukrainian quilts that were done by Ukrainian women. This was before Russia invaded, but not before, because they've been in that area before of Ukraine. Anyhow, that show is still traveling around the world because it was parts of it were in Birmingham. This is barely visible right here. They had a great vendor area. I just couldn't buy stuff because I didn't have room. Do I need it really? No. Great vendor sections. They had a great class list. If I had more time, I might have taken another class. Great almost hourly classes. Jenny's trunk show, hello, was fabulous. A trunk show is when she displays her thought process and her quilts, some of her quilts. And her talk. All right, I have room for one more. The proximity to our hotel, it was right next door. It's a huge event center connected to a hotel and a mall. a big indoor mall. Did not go to the mall. But they also have a Titanic display thing happening there at the moment at the mall. People were going to the Titanic. People were going to the quilt show. Kind of like a convention center here. But it had a mall attached to it and a couple hotels. A big, huge movie theater at the mall. It was really a neat area. Close to the airport. It's like a 5-minute walk to the airport, I think. No. It was close to the airport. They had shuttle buses. Event. Location. All right, I have room for one more. If anybody knows me, they know I like the number 7. So, what else? Oh, Joe Cunningham. I saw Joe Cunningham. He is the man who was with Margaret Fabrizio in the quilts I went to see in San Francisco. And he was there. He was getting ready to leave. But I'm like, guess where I was last month? And he's like, oh, God, this crazy woman. Where? I said, I was on Montgomery Street in San Francisco and saw your quilts with Margaret Fabrizio. Oh, really? I'm like, yes, really. I said, you've been all over. He goes, yes, I'm ready to go home. Anyhow. Okay. Tomorrow, I can't do any more on here because of the ongoing picture debacle. So now, the next morning is when we got up and went on to the Cotswolds. Oh, you want to see these? I'm playing Windsor Castle. I took that little book and kind of tried to adapt them. Trying to practice with just suggestions of people. Not so good. I am, however, excellent at William Shakespeare. Not really, just joking. I try to do Buckingham Palace a little bit. Tower of London. But I love the pages once they've been watercolored. Love it. Crinkle, crinkle. Okay. Cotswolds map. A little bit about lake number 6. And another pocket for the pictures of the area. Okay. That's what's happening tomorrow. Hopefully. So, thanks for watching. That was fun. See you all tomorrow. Starting to get my groove, perhaps. Starting. Pictures would help. Starting. Stop talking. Stop talking, lady. Ooh. I forgot I had made these before I left. This would be a great border on a page. Oh my God. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. This actually would be great for the Cotswolds map, which I have to get off of Google Maps. I like that. Okay. Starting on tomorrow. Bye.